All right, we are on page 411, and even though this is an inquiry lab, this is the last thing that we are going to learn this unit, and it will be on your test, so it's pretty important. It's finding distance on the coordinate plane. And usually this is pretty heavily tied to absolute value, so that's why we put absolute value and the coordinate plane in the same chapter. So on page 411, it says Taylor's house and school are each shown on the map. What is the distance between the 2 points? What do we know? Well, we know by looking at the map we can find the location of Taylor's house and the school. And then what do we need to find? We need to find the distance. Now, it's pretty, easy to figure it out here, but once we get to things where we might have something in the third quadrant and you need to get up to the first quadrant, it's going to build upon this. So the first thing we need to do is find the coordinates of Taylor's house and the school. So Taylor's house is at 5, 3. And the school is at 2, 3. So the x-coordinates for each location, we have the house, which is at 5, that's the x-coordinate, and Taylor's house, which is at 2. And then the distance between both of those is 3. We basically just subtract, so 5 minus 2 is 3. And then we need to draw a line connecting the points on the coordinate plane above. So I would draw up here and connect those. How many units are there between the points? You can also count, and I see that there's 1, 2, 3. They are the same. So therefore we can conclude that there are 3 units between Taylor's house and the school. Now units, they didn't specify what each little tick mark meant, but usually it's going to be like miles or blocks or something like that. So we would say there are 3 miles between Taylor's house and the school, or there's 3 blocks. All right, we are on page 412. So we need to find the distance between point A and B. So again, in that first example, they were in the same quadrant. In this example, we have them in corresponding or quadrants right next to each other. So our x value is going to be the same, but this time the y value is going to be different. So point A is at -2, 3, and point B is also at -2, but it's down at -4. So point A's y coordinate is 3. Point A's distance from the x-axis is 1, 2, 3. B, the y coordinate of B is -4. And the distance from the x-axis is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where that absolute value is going to come in play. We're talking about distance, especially when we get these negative numbers. We really want to know just the distance from the x-axis. So to find the distance between these 2 points instead of subtracting, we're going to add, because it's essentially like counting. From A to 0 is 3, and then from 0 to B is 4. So we're going to do 3 plus 4 is 7. And you can come up here and just basically count 2, and you'll see that there are 7 units between the points. They are the same. So the distance between point A and point B is 7 units. Okay, in this investigate, you're going to draw a line between each pair of points and then find the distance. So between U and V, we go 1, 2, 3, and that should make sense because here we're at 4 and here we're at 1, so 4 minus 1 is 3, so 3 units. And S and T, now this time we're not going to add because we can see that T is in quadrant 4, so I know that this is going to be at -2, so I wouldn't go what's -2 plus 2 because then I would get 0. So what I'm going to do is take the absolute value of this, and remember it's distance, so it's going to be +2 plus another 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4 units. All right, what I would like you to do is do 3 through 8 by yourself. So what is going to happen is you're going to pause the video and do them. Unpause the video. When you unpause the video, you'll see me work through them. And if you have any mistakes, let me know, or if you don't understand something, let me know. But right now, go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so by now you should have done 3 through 8, so let's work through them. It says plot each pair of points on the coordinate plane and then find the distance. So -2, -4 is where C is. -2, -1 is D. So what is the distance between -4 and 1? Or you can count 1, 2, 3. 3 units. E is at -3, -1. And F is at 1, -1. So what is the distance? Well, we're doing 3 plus 1, right? This is 3 from the y-axis, and this is 1 from the y-axis, so that's 4 units. Again, you can also count. G, 1, -2. H is at 3, -2. So I'm going to do 1, 2, or what is 3 minus 1? 3 minus 1 is 2. You can also just count them. That should be H. Sixth is 3, -4, so go over to 3, down to -4. L is 3, 2. So again, this is 2 units away from 0, so that's 2. And how far is this away from 0? That is 4, so 2 plus 4 is 6. Again, if you want to count, you can just do it that way. 7, 4, 1 is M. So here's M. And N is at -1, 1. So this is 1 unit away from 0, and this is 4 units. So what's 1 plus 4? 5 units. And P is 4, 4. Q is 4, 1. What's the distance between 4 and 1, or what is 4 minus 1? That's 3 units. Or you can count 1, 2, 3 just to double check. So hopefully you have those correct. What I'd like you to do is on the back, you're going to do page 414. It should be, you know, are you making a horizontal or vertical line? Are the points in same or different? You're going to use the numbers 3 through 6. So these ones that you did over here, you're going to use on this table. So exercise 3, you're going to put the coordinates used. So go back to number 3, what were the coordinates used? Did it make a horizontal or vertical line? Were the points in the same or were they in a different quadrant? And what was the length? Then you're going to compare your answers from numbers 10 and 11. And you are going to write the relationship between the coordinates used and the length. And then we need to go through and answer the rest of those questions. And I don't believe there's, yeah, and then that's it. So once you're done, hopefully we can move on to something else. Let me know.